Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. I was flicking through my journal earlier today and I came across this page that I did a while ago. I love it and I want to have a go at creating a page in a similar way but painting foxgloves. And we've got some in the garden, so I just want to show you. They're these tall ones here. Lots of little like bellflowers, on the ends. And I've got there's like a peachy one there. So I'm going to have a go at making a page that looks like it's got foxgloves. And again, I'm going to go for that kind of abstract way of doing it. So let's have a try. Let's see if it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well, do you know what? Never mind. So I think I'm going to start in a similar way to the way that I did last time, which is I'm going to put some green down at the bottom. I'm going to use a really big brush. Or do I want a slightly smaller one? Maybe that one would be better when it comes to painting the flower shapes. So just so that there's an idea of some colour on my background, just going in and throwing some green on there. That's lime. I'm going to go with a little bit of olive. This one is just, I've got some different greens and a little bit more depth in the colour. That was a lot. Okay. And then I'm going to wash my brush and I'm going to pop some watery up at the top. I've also got lots of alliums in the garden, so they're a member of the onion family, and they are just about finished actually, but they are so pretty. They're kind of purple spherical heads with lots of tiny flowers. So I don't know whether I'll add some of those in. I might not. So this just gives me a base to get us started with, right? This isn't difficult. Anyone can do this. This is literally just slapping some colour on. So I've got rid of the blank page. It doesn't feel quite as scary. I love this ledger journal because I don't have to go in with collage paper if I want that kind of layer of interest, because I've got that writing already on the background. Okay, now what I do want to do, I've got some colours left on here from something I was doing earlier, so I'm just going to grab a different one, a different paint palette. I want to, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a ruler, and some fur. Ooh. Not sure if there's enough. I'm going to dip my ruler into here and use it to print with. That's going to be one of the stems on my foxgloves. I'm going to do them coming in different heights. A really tall one over here. I kind of like that. And then just use up what's there. I might just come in with a few more marks. Okay, I'm going to clean that, because if I don't, I'll come to use it and it'll be, oh, it's a little bit green. Never mind, that's okay. Let's give it a quick dry. Just check there's no transparencies under there. No. I'm going to lift this up. One's gone quite chunky, so I might have that one as my biggest one in the foreground. And luckily I can kind of see, I can see one quite close up, so, and I have no idea if this is going to work or not. It might not. And if it doesn't, that doesn't matter. As long as I've got an idea of something that looks like a flower, then I'll be happy. Right, I'm going to come with a smaller brush, and I want to do some of the little the tops of the flower. Where I can add, there we go. And then and come down like a little cascade. They generally do go all the way to the bottom. Let's do that. So the flowers are going to come off these. Those are a bit chunky up there. Never mind. As long as we've got a basic idea, it's okay. Let's try not to get too caught up in it being perfect, because I don't want perfect. So the flowers are going to come off these. Now, the foxgloves in my garden are dark pink, white and an apricot colour, but I think dark pink, so let's go raspberry first. I've got some magenta on here. Oh, that one doesn't want to release the paint. Now the question is, which brush is going to be best for this? Is it going to be this one? So they get smaller as they go to the top. So what I might do, let's grab a piece of paper and just have a go. Yeah, that kind of works. We might need like this. Just an idea of a foxglove. It'll be close enough, isn't it? It works. Well, they need to get bigger now, and I'm going to come in with a lighter colour as well, just to add a bit of light and depth to these, and then I might just add that kind of frilly bit on the bottom. I quite like that. I think the stalks definitely need a lighter green in there. I'm just going to go in with a touch of magenta on this one. And then I might even come in with a bit of white in a bit. A bit of a darker. Looks like it's going to rain. I think it is raining. I quite like that. I think that works. Right, let me just clean this one. So keeping your brush strokes loose, as long as you've got the basic idea of the shape of the flower that you're trying to draw, right? This is not a life study of a foxglove. It's close enough. I can then... Alright, I just need to double check what colours foxgloves come in. Fox. Actually white, pink, purple, white, yellow and red. Purple. Should we do a purpley one? I might do another pink one over here first, since I've got some pink left. But I might just go in with a slightly smaller on maybe this one here. Do with a softer, I know, why don't I use that other one? That one, that would work. Yeah, that's a nicer, that works. Okay, I definitely want to do a white one. Oop. Okay. Just a bit lost in listening to the sound of the rain. Do another little white one over here. grab some more white, mix it in with the pink that's left here. That's pretty. Is it realistic-ish? Not mega, but it's fine. Almost look like fir trees. It's definitely not finished yet anyway, so that's okay. Right. Maybe a lilac-y one would be nice. Perhaps on here. Got to be honest, I'm not convinced I've ever seen a lilac, a purple foxglove. The internet does not lie. Kind of like that. Right, let's go with a big one up here. Okay, I'm just going to dry my brush, and then I think I've got a bit of dark blue here. This is lapis. I might just try, see if I can mix some of this in with the iris and make a slightly different purple, just to get a little bit of depth into this. This here foxglove. Leaves on a foxglove are quite long. We can have some leaves in here too. Let's use a bigger brush for that. They kind of curve over as well. can wipe it off, or is it too late? Let's try. Oh, yes. There we go. Boop, boop. I can see when it starts to go a bit like I've overthought, I'm trying too hard to be realistic, that's when it starts to lose its appeal. So some of these leaves are a little bit funky, but you know, well, nah, it's fine. Let's not panic just yet. Splatters are a great way to soften areas that you don't like. So this, these leaves, if I just go in with some splatters now at the bottom, it'll push those leaves away a little bit. I mean, they're okay. I'm not completely against the splatters, the leaves I mean, but they're not quite what I was after. I now definitely need a lighter green in those stems. So I'm going to go back in with my ruler. What I'm accepting here is that this might be okay, it might work, and it might not be perfect, but we're just going to go with it. And anywhere where I don't like it, I can just go in and lift. If it's gone in too dark, we just go in and lift it off while it's still wet, because as long as your layer underneath is dry, that will be okay. Right, so some pink splatters. Around those. Some lilac ones, too. And some white. Grab a little bit from in there. I'm going to pull some white over the rest of the page too, because I just love the way that looks. I'm going to give this a really good dry. So this might not be absolutely perfect, and it might not be realistic foxgloves. I think that's my favourite one. I don't know whether was that the one I was more loose with. Quite possibly. I'm I'm just going to put these paints away, make a bit of space, and then I'll get my heat tool on it, give it a good dry, and then I can come in with a pencil, add some loosey-goosey lines. So I think, like, when you're creating this kind of page, it's important to keep your lines, your marks that you make, as loose and free as you can. And almost, if you get to that point where you are overthinking, you have to almost sort of put your brush down, shake your hand out, and just like, okay, loose, 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 loose. My mark's got a bit tight here. This one I really, really like. Yeah, I can come in and do a bit more. I'm going to give it a dry so I'm not sticking my arm in any of this paint. Okay. Page is still quite warm. I might just do like a dark line up there a bit as well. It might just help to and I'm just going to loosely go over some of these leaves as well. And then I think a little bit of stenciling might be quite nice, just to finish off. I am looking for, I think it's this one. Let's see what colours I've got left on here that I could use in the sky. Can I get any blue off there? I can. That'll do. That's soggy. Green. It's a bit of a funky green, that. I don't know if it'll do anything. No, no. Okay. Oh, except I've daubed that in yellow. Right. Did I go in with a white? Sometimes looking back at what you did before can be quite helpful. I didn't do this, but you know, why not? Just bring a bit of I don't know whether I dare draw around some of these or not. I've done it now. It's still in the screen. I'm going to need some words to go on here, so let's just go in with a little bit of stamping. Of course I need some dots. Come on. That's got so much white ink on it, it's untrue. Let me see if I can just spritz some of it off. Oh, the stamp's nearly disappeared. It's got that much white on it. I'm always banging on, aren't I, about how important it is that you clean your stamps. Unless you're me, of course, then no. Don't clean your stamps. Don't clean anything. Okay, let's leave it there. I'm going to put some words on here. So yesterday I spent loads of time stamping out lots of quotes from Dina's stamp sets. I'm going to have a look through here and see if I can find, that look at art, make art, show art, talk about art, be art. You matter in ways you cannot know. I kind of... Oh, perfect. That's the perfect one. Let's cut it up a little bit more. Now the question is, where does this go? The right way up for a start. Right there. Right there. Right there. Yep. I've got to give credit to Dina for this style of creating flowers, just keeping it loose. They're not perfect, but you know, they're good enough. And I think just playing with a bit of freedom in your marks and seeing what comes out and going, yeah, okay, so that's good enough. I like it. I've enjoyed creating these flowers that look a little bit like foxgloves that I can see in my garden. Yeah, I kind of like that, and I think, yeah, pretty. All right, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Like I say, very definitely Dina's kind of style of freer mark making, but you know, you can take other people's ideas and you can run with them in your own way, and that's fine, as long as you say, oh yeah, this idea came from. And so yeah, credit where credit's due. All right, thanks for watching everybody. I hope to see you again soon.